Hi, this is Mrs. Rubino, and today I'm going to read to you Follow That Map, a first book of mapping skills by Scott Ritchie. This is a book about 5 friends who go through many places looking for their missing cat and dog. Readers, this is an informational book about maps. We read informational books to learn about things. As I read, I want you to pay attention to how I think about the questions in the book and how I figure out the answers to the questions. I will be doing this by thinking about what's happening in the text and in the illustrations. I will be doing this because I know it will help me learn about the text. Look at this map. As I look carefully, I can see that the illustration is teaching me about the different parts of a map, such as a legend, a compass rose, and a scale bar. Do you know how to find a hidden treasure? Do you know how far your house is from the candy store? Do you know the way to your favorite ride at the amusement park? It's easy. Join the friends below and follow that map. Oh, I just love this illustration here because it's labeled. So the author or the illustrator has labeled each person so I know who they are. So this here is Yuli, Pedro, Nick, Sally, and Martin. Those are the main characters in this story. And then down here we also have Max and Ollie. They are also characters, and it looks like they might be some pets. A map is a drawing that tells you about a place. There are many different parts to a map. This map explains what some of those parts are. The compass rose on a map will always point north. Some compass roses show all 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. And on this compass rose, north is represented with the letter N. So up this way is north, the E is for east, the S is for south, and the W is for west. I love that they have this compass rose here because we will be learning a lot more about compass roses this week in social studies. A landmark is something that is easy to find, like a tall building. A symbol on a map is a small drawing that tells you what you are looking at. And I see here that this symbol has a picture of a tree. Now I'm going to go look down at the legend and see the tree, and it says that that means that there is a forest there. So in this location on the map, there will be it's showing that there would be a forest located there. Most maps have a legend or key. The legend explains what all the symbols on the map mean. Some maps show paths or routes that help you find your way. So this little yellow line is a path or a route. The scale bar on a map helps you measure distance. The line on this map shows that Sally is 6 kilometers or 10 miles from the landmark. One sunny day. Sally and her friends are playing in her backyard. Pedro notices that Sally's dog Max and her cat Ollie are missing. Where have Max and Ollie gone? The 5 friends decide to find out. And Miss Rubino is going to look at this picture a little more carefully to see if I can get some information about where Max and Ollie have gone. Hey, wait a minute, I see them. They're under the porch. They're right here. I wonder if all of the friends are going to find them. These quotation bubbles tell me some information too. Let's see what it says. We'll need some maps. Where should we start? I have to be home for dinner. Don't worry, we have lots of time. In this section, so we have an illustration of a map here. And I'm going to look a little closer here. The legend says that there's a candy store, a library, a park, and Sally's house. First stop. Yuli has an idea. Maybe Max and Ollie are visiting their favorite places in the neighborhood. The children spread out and start their search. Can you find the symbol for the park on the legend and on the map? So we just looked at the legend and we saw that it says park is where the swing set is. So if I look here, there's a little picture of a symbol of a swing, and here's the park. Maps use symbols to help you find important places, such as the hospital, your school, or your home. The symbols are explained on a legend or key. Follow that trail. So this is the trail. That must be this path or route here, this yellow. And I'm looking at, it looks like most of the children are following the arrows, except for this person right here. They're going in the wrong direction. Let's read a little bit about that. Sally thinks that going to the park next is a good idea. She takes Max for walks in the park every day. The children will follow the route from start to finish. Keep your eyes open. Somebody is going the wrong way. Who is it? And Miss Rubino already found that person right here going the wrong direction. A map can show you which path to follow so you won't get lost. The route on this map is colored yellow and marked with red arrows. I hope that friend doesn't get lost. In the city. Again, I'm going to look at this map. I love all of these maps in this book. Wow, I see that we have a compass rose here. Here's the legend. I see this person, Martin. It looks like he is running. Let's find a little bit more about what's going on. No luck on the trail. Yuli suggests going to the city zoo. Maybe Max and Ollie are visiting the animals. Martin is getting close to the zoo. Which direction is he running? So let's think about that for a minute. So here's Martin, and he's going this way. So if I look at my compass rose and I go this direction, what direction are we going in? That's right, we're going east. Right here, the compass rose tells us this direction is east, and if he keeps running east, he will eventually get to the zoo. We know this is the zoo because this symbol right here means zoo on our legend. The compass rose on a map shows you directions such as north, south, east, and west. Off to the country. Still no sign of Max and Ollie. Pedro has a hunch. Maybe they have left town. The children leave the city and search the countryside. How far is Martin from the tractor? You can use the scale bar on a map to see how far away something really is. The scale bar on this map shows you how to measure distance using either kilometers or miles. And if you want to challenge yourself and try to measure that distance, then you may do so. What you'll need to do is pause this video so that you can look at the map and figure out that distance. Hot, cold, wet, dry. If I go over here and look at the map, I see that there are different kinds of weather all over this map. So that kind of makes me think that maybe we can have different kinds of weather at the same time in different places. I see that here it looks like it might be lightning, but down here in this bit of water next to that, it's cloudy. So it's lightning here, but it's just cloudy over here. Look out, the weather is changing. Good thing Martin brought an umbrella. The children hope that Max and Ollie aren't getting too wet. What's the weather like where Max and Ollie are? So remember, Max and Ollie are the two pets. So here they are, and it says, it has a picture of this sun, and it says that it's sunny. So where Max and Ollie are, it is sunny. A weather map is different from other kinds of maps. It can show how warm a place is or whether it is raining somewhere. X marks the spot. Once the weather clears and the children are all dried off, Nick suggests a boat ride to the mysterious island. Sally finds a treasure map, but the children don't find Max and Ollie. Follow the friends to their big surprise. A treasure map is a kind of puzzle. X marks the spot where you'll find the treasure. Again, if you want to challenge yourself and try to follow these directions over here to find the treasure, then you may do so. Just pause the video. Up, down, all around. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at this map and it makes me so excited because I'm seeing some landforms. So in the next couple of weeks in social studies, we will be learning about different landforms, including mountains and plateaus. So I see, remember on the front cover, we talked about how the 5 children were going over a mountain and they looked like they were on some kind of a roller coaster. So here they are again, they're going over that mountain. These are plateaus. They look kind of like mountains, but they have the top of them is flat. So they're a raised piece of land with a flat top. Tickets to Playland. What a great treasure. The children hop on the train and they're on their way. How many mountains do they travel over on the train ride? And if you'd like, you can follow this train ride path and then you can count them. A topographical map shows the natural features of a landscape. You can use this kind of map to find rolling hills, low-lying lakes, or high mountains. All fun and games. Sally and Pedro have a great time riding the Ferris wheel. They can see everything for miles around. Well, maybe not everything. Look who's right in front of them. The Ferris wheel is tall, but there's a landmark that's even taller. Can you find it on the legend in the map? So here's the Ferris wheel. And if I look over here, I see that this structure or landmark is much taller. Let's see what it's called. It says that's called the spinner. So the spinner is taller than the Ferris wheel. A landmark is something that is easy to find. It might be a tall statue, an important building, or a funny-looking tree. Oops, we went back to the landforms. Let's go this way. Yay, around the world. Oh, I'm so happy to see this because this is another thing that you will be learning about in social studies. You will be learning about the 7 continents. So we have the 7 continents here. This is North America. This is our continent. The United States, our country, is located on the continent of North America. South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, and then down here we have Antarctica. One of the things I want you to think about too is we can use this compass rose to help us to find directions. So if I lived in Europe and I wanted to visit Asia, what direction would I need to go in? I look at the compass rose. I'm starting in Europe. I'm trying to get to Asia. I'm moving this way. That means I'm moving east. If I am in Europe and I want to get to North America and visit Mrs. Rubino in Georgia, then I'm going to have to go this way, so I'm going to go west. What country would you be visiting if you lived in Europe and you wanted to visit Africa? That's right, you would be going south. All right, the 5 friends had so much fun at Playland, they almost forgot about Max and Ollie. Where in the world could they be? What part of the world would you go to find Max and Ollie? Earth is shaped like an orange. In order to show the whole world at once, a map maker peels Earth's surface just like an orange and lays it down flat. On a flat map, curved grid lines help remind you of Earth's real shape. Blast off! Max and Ollie could be anywhere in the universe, and it's almost dinner time. There's just enough time to check each of the planets. Which planet is Julie heading to next? You can use a telescope to look at stars and even planets, but you will never see all the planets at once. This map lets you imagine what the planets would look like if they were all lined up together. Home again. Dinner time! The adventure is over for today, but where are Max and Ollie? There they are, sleeping under the big tree. Have they been there all afternoon? So here they are on the mat, on the illustration. I see that they're under the big tree. And our quotation bubble said, "Found them! Next time, let's travel to the future. Let's do this again tomorrow." So let's take a moment to think about this book that we just read. Think about the different kinds of maps. Why do you think we need maps? And you can discuss this with a family member, or you can just think about it in your head. What information is included in maps to help us understand them better? Were the illustrations helpful to understand the text? Think back across the book. We used illustrations and text to answer questions as we were reading. We also stopped a lot throughout the book to notice the key details in the pictures and words. How did asking questions help you understand the story better? How does paying close attention to the pictures in the book help you understand it better? All right, that's the end of my reading of this book about maps. I hope you enjoyed it. And next time, don't forget, follow that map.